Okay, so Kinetic, probably something is wrong with your computer. Just check your sound system. I'll write it down in the chat so that you can do that. No problem. We have just started, so welcome to the session. Good to see you all online. And today we will be talking about buying and selling. Two interesting concepts in business. But before we start, I want to find out the answers to the following questions. So, what was the last thing you bought? Where did you buy it? And what do you buy online? Usually when you buy things, what do you buy online? So I can just tell you about myself. The last thing I bought was a book. And I bought it at the book. Okay. I bought it in the bookstore. Yeah, so someone's microphone was on. That's the reason. Rajan, I'm muting your microphone. And then when it's time for you to talk, I'll unmute it, okay? So again, coming back to the questions, what was the last thing you bought? Where did you buy it? And what do you buy online? So I was telling you that the last thing I bought was a book. I bought it in the bookstore, and sometimes I buy books online. How about you? Is there anyone who wants to come online and who wants to speak about these three questions? Do we have any volunteers? Okay, Kanari, good to hear that. Let me unmute you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good to hear your voice. How are you today?
Today I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing fine too. So Kanari, what was the last thing you bought?
The last thing I bought from a vegetable magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I bought many vegetables for my family. That's enough.
Okay, and do you buy anything online?
Yes, I buy online one silver ring.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2 rings. Buy one needles.
What do you want to say?
A couple. 한국에서
Also, the rings were chained to each other?
yes.
Okay, right. One quick question, Kinetic, probably a note, yeah, could be if you're talking about rings. One quick question, Kinetic. So, do we say online magazine or online store? Because I heard you saying magazine. What's a magazine?
No, store.
Store, because magazine is basically something that you read, right? Yeah, something like a journal, as Vartiter has mentioned, right? So whenever we talk about shops, we talk about stores. Thank you very much for being with us. Let me unmute you and let's see who else would like to come online. We have Angin here. Angin, I can't see that you have a microphone though. Where is your microphone? Oh, okay, here it is. Angin?
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm fine too. So did you buy vegetables like Kinetic, or did you buy anything more interesting?
No, I bought a copybook yesterday for my today's examination. For my today's exam, I passed today. I passed 2 exams.
Congratulations!
Thank you. What?
What kinds of exams did you sit for?
The one was economics of reality. How will be property, real property.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Second was landscapes planning.
Can you say that again?
Planning of the landscape or the landscapes planning.
Oh, the landscape mapping. Landscape mapping, probably.
Not mapping, planning.
Planning. Okay, yeah. So did you get good grades for that exam?
Second one, I don't know. The lecturer will check today at night. And first, yes, I got a higher mark for that subject.
Okay, good job. Angin, have you ever bought anything online? And if you have, what do you usually buy online?
I didn't buy yet, but I'm planning to buy for my mother.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? What are you planning to buy for your mother?
I'm planning to buy a smartphone for my mother in her birthday.
On her birthday.
On her birthday, yeah.
Okay. I'm sure she will be really happy. Have you told her that you're planning to buy a phone for her?
She knows that his phone is how will be channel sick, or I don't know, and I think she suppose that that I will buy.
Okay, so yeah, she assumes that you will buy a phone for her. So Mariam has made a very valid comment there. People get sick, yeah, but phones don't. So her phone has broken down, right? Or something went wrong. Yeah, okay, good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, looking forward to having you over the rest of the session, and I will unmute you now if you don't mind. Okay, right. Let's move on. And here we have some comments from people who prefer online shopping. I'd like you to go through the comments and tell me which one you agree most with and why. So, for instance, let's have a look at the first comment. I love buying things online because when they arrive, it's like a present to me from me. Okay, so that's a nice one. How about the second one? Online shopping, no makeup. Do you know what makeup is? Makeup like lipstick, face powder, eyeshadows. Okay, good. Right. No makeup, no pants, no problem. Which basically means that when you shop online, you don't have to make any preparations. You don't have to look very, very decent or proper. You don't have to put on posh clothes. And the third one is a question. What about your reasons for buying online? So which of these two comments do you agree with? And what kinds of reasons do you have for buying things online? Can anyone answer Gayane's question? Good, right. So it has two meanings, Gayane. One of these is, yeah, trousers. And the second thing is underwear. So something you wear under your trousers, okay? So two meanings. Trousers, like jeans. And the second meaning is underwear. So before putting on jeans, you have to put on underwear, okay? Right, so any comments on this? Is there anyone who'd like to come online and discuss their position to this? Okay, Ripsime, you've got your microphone. Yeah, she was the first, Nora, probably, yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. So which of these comments do you like most and why?
I think the first one,
Mhm.
because it's really like a present. Sometimes for a delivery takes about 10 to 15 days, so you're forgetting about it already, and it's like a present when you get it.
Yeah, irrespective of you have paid for that.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and what are your own reasons for buying things online?
I love to buy things online because I can read the reviews from other buyers, so I can see the cons and pros of that product. I can see the feedback and decide do I want it to buy or not to buy.
Indeed. And what was the last thing you bought?
I bought a graphic tablet for my PC.
Congratulations. Were you happy with that?
Yes, I'm very happy. It's really great.
Okay. Can you remind us where you're from, Ripsima?
I'm from Kazakhstan.
Okay, right. And what do you do?
I'm cardiologist
Mm-hmm.
at Erebuni Medical Center.
Okay, right. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions for Ripsima? Angin has a comment, Ripsima. She wonders how reliable online shopping is.
Well, of course, there are some sellers, they are not reliable, but by reading the feedback, you can understand how much reliable it is and how much you can trust that seller.
And probably you can order something and then you can pay for it after it has arrived in your place.
Well, yes, and if you're not very happy with that product, you can submit a refund and get it.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Angin, did she manage to answer your question? Okay. Right. So she's happy about that. Thank you very much, Ripsima. I'll unmute you for a while if you don't mind. Anyone else would like to come online and talk about these two comments? Martuhi, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Glad to see you, dear Lily. Glad to hear the girls. I hope you are all okay.
I'm happy to hear your voice. Go on.
As I have written above, I'm a fan of online shopping. I do really mix a lot of shoppings by AliExpress. I have a big experience because I make some shoppings for maybe 8 years. And it depends on many items. It's reliable or not. Sometimes I have received my parcel. Sometimes we have some delays. It depends on the customer, maybe not only our case, but also on the customer. Not customer, but seller.
Yes,
Sorry.
probably on the seller or on the company that provides the
And
service.
the big minus of this virtual shopping is that you see one thing on the picture, but indeed, in reality, you can receive something else. It may be far away from reality or from the picture which you saw when you make your order.
So
And
what do you do in that case? Sorry to interrupt, Martuhi. So when, for instance, your order arrives and you say that it's different to the picture, to the thing you saw in the picture, what do you do?
we open the dispute with the seller, and it's a long and tiresome process. But once I have just came to the finish and won, because it was very unbearable, because I have bought something which costed very much. For example, 1,000 Armenian dram. It was a ring, just ring. But indeed, I have received a piece of metal. And it was of very poor quality. So we made a dispute. We have some written quarrel with the seller, with the administration admin. But indeed, finally we won.
So did you get your real ring back, or did you get your money back?
They sent me another one, and I didn't pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Thank you very much, Vartuhi. And which of these do you agree with? Which of these comments do you like more, and why?
First one, maybe I love buying things online because when they arrive, it's like a present. Because they come very long time. It starts from 3 months up to 6 months. The seller may prolong it 2 or 3 times without letting you know. But when they at last come, it looks like a present, a real present.
Must be a real present then. Okay, thank you so much. So some interesting comments on online shopping, the positive sides and the downsides. By the way, do we make shopping or do we do shopping?
To make or to do?
Yeah,
I don't.
Which is the correct one? What do you think? Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Do we make or do we do shopping? Thank you, Diana. We do shopping.
We
do shopping. Because it's already there, we do something. Okay. But when we make things, we make new ones. Like we make a mistake. The mistake was not there before. It's your own perfect mistake. So you make it, okay? But we do things. The housework, we do shopping and the rest of the stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Stay with us. Okay, so let's see what kinds of comments here we have. So Satanik says that she bought online strawberry seeds. Wow, because she decided to have her own production of strawberry, but the seeds were so bad that she couldn't have any, that they didn't, okay, so there were no trees, right? Probably growing out of these seeds. Okay, and Angin requests a piece of advice from Vartuhi, whether it's preferable to buy things in Armenia or to buy things in China or from China. Vartuhi, what do you think?
Hello, Angin-Can. Thank you for your question. From my experience, if you prefer cheaper variant, it means if you are not ready to pay much money for this or that order, you could choose the China product, China variant. But if you would like to be sure of the quality, more or the less, you should prefer Armenian one. Because Chinese is very far from being high quality. Its material, its color, and many other factors are very poor. The quality is very poor.
Okay.
So in my point of view, it would be better to buy something Armenian.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So things produced in China, Vartuhi, are Chinese, right? So Chinese products. We say Chinese products in the
Chinese.
Yeah, Armenian product. Okay. And Ripsima has another piece of advice for Angin. She recommends that she should start looking things up on Amazon too. Would you agree with Ripsima? Vartuhi, would you agree with Ripsima?
To be honest, I have no experience of making shopping, doing shopping on Amazon or Globing Onyx. We have made some experience by also eBay. But eBay is much more longer. The prolongation of purchasing the order is much more longer than in AliExpress. To be honest, I have no idea of these other free websites. I can't judge about the quality. But as for eBay, AliExpress is much more better than eBay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you too.
And Sada, thank you for your comment. She says that things outside Armenia are trendy, and sometimes online shopping is basically the best opportunity to get that. And I guess most of you will agree, most of the people online will agree with you. Sada, it's a shame you don't have a microphone to come online. Otherwise, you would share your ideas with us through speaking. If you have any any chance to do that, then you're welcome to do it. Hashvi Arnel, I will take it into consideration. So to take something into consideration or into account. Yes, that's what you mean. So I'm so sorry to see that and to read about that. Or to take into account. Okay, so Angi will take all your pieces of advice and recommendations into account when she starts looking for a smartphone for her mom. Let's move on. And right now we're going to listen to 3 people who are talking about the products they buy. I want you to listen to them, say where and when they buy them. So what do they buy? Where do they buy that? How often do they buy that? Let me share the link with you. So for every speaker, you have 1 record, which basically means that you're going to listen to 3 recordings. Is that clear? Here is the link. Happy listening.
Unit 6, Buying and Selling, Track 70, Speaker 1.
Okay, when you're ready, just let me know, as Vartuhi did. Okay, thank you. So, Karine Martirosyan, can you tell us the answer for the first speaker? So, what kind of product does he buy and how often? Books and how often? Once every 2 weeks. Thank you. Sarine Gevorkyan, can you tell us the answer for the second speaker? The product, the place. What does the second speaker buy and where do they buy that? Sarine, I hope she's not in the kitchen making coffee. Okay, Noura, and how often? Every year, Artina. Thank you. And the last one, Naira Nahapetian, can you tell us the answer for the third speaker? I have unmuted your microphone. Naira?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Sorry, but I didn't catch the meaning. I didn't have time to listen the audio.
No problem, no problem. Let's see who can help you. Gohar Safarian. Music and movies, Hermine and Angin have written. Yeah, let's spell music correctly, shall we? Without any K, but we see. Yeah. So music and movies and they buy that online once a year. Every week. Okay. Nice. So these are the answers. You can compare and see if you have made any mistakes or not. How are the results? Are you happy with them? Good job. So Naira, probably next time you have the link to the listening podcast. So after the session, probably you can listen to them more carefully and you can just identify what they are saying. Good to see that, Naira. Happy for you. Okay. Right. And my last question about buying things online is there a product you prefer not to buy online? And what kind of product you think that is? Albert, can you write in the chat box what kind of product you wouldn't like to buy online and why? Bahar Movsisyan, I think I can unmute you and you can tell us why you wouldn't prefer to buy clothes. Yeah?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I would say that I haven't experienced buying things online because I tried once with my friend's account. I ordered a watch, but we didn't catch it, and after that I never had bought something by online shopping. And I remember that my other friend offered something clothes.
Some what? Sorry?
Offered clothes. It was very colorful clothes, but she makes the clothes. It was something like old.
Oh, okay. So she received the clothes and they proved to be old.
And that's why I have never bought something by internet. I prefer to see the things, to choose by eyes, and after that buy it.
Okay. Does the same thing refer to shoes? So when you say that you're not going to buy clothes online anymore, does that refer to shoes as well?
Yes, shoes can be very beautiful and with your size, but it will be uncomfortable for you because there are many models for shoes.
Yeah, yeah, and sizes can be different.
Can't not suit for you, and it will not beautiful for your foot.
Okay, right. So they may not suit you. They may not suit you. Right. I'm not sure, Varchili. I will have to consult a dictionary for that. Yeah. Right. Other goods are not credible, Arpina, because you want to buy books only online. By the way, Gohar, would you agree with Albert, who says that food should not be bought online either?
Should?
Food.
I think we can offer some food by restaurants and by that places where we already been and we know what sort of dishes they can offer us. But I prefer not try the food in that places where I never been, and I do not know what they can offer me.
Okay, right. So in those places, that will be many things.
Because I don't like different things.
Okay, Thank you so much, Gohar, for sharing your opinion with us. Noura says that she prefers to buy accessories and watches online, and she doesn't prefer to buy clothes online as Gohar does. Anyone else wants to come online and share their opinion about any of the products which have not been mentioned in discussion? Hermine, what do you think? Hermine Gasparian?
Hi, Lilijan.
Hi, Hermine. Good to hear your voice. How are you doing? Have you been working hard?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fine too.
I do online shopping not so much, but I used to buy some accessories too, and I had experience to buy some clothes. Some of them were good and some of them weren't so good, and I never buy shoes because I think they will be problem with size. If clothes, you can make some changes. How can I say?
Changes, like you can make like dress smaller, or
yes. If you can make dress smaller, you can't make.
You can't do the same with the shoe, unfortunately. Yeah. Can you hear the drumming, by the way? Can you hear some sound in the background?
Sorry?
Can you hear any sound in the background? It's raining here, and the rain is drumming on the window. Yeah. Good guess, Rixime.
Okay, I didn't hear.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so it doesn't interfere with you. Thank you, Hermine. How about food? Do you buy food online?
Not. I have no experience to buy food. I think that I will buy things that are not so expensive for not being sad if they have some problems. So I think I will never buy some expensive electronic goods or something like that.
Okay, right. Thank you very much. Stay with us. Okay, let's move on. So as I mentioned, this drumming, the sound of drumming on the window is the sound of rain. I think it's probably hailing. Do you know the word hail? Hail? Yeah, so it's between, no, it's not lightning, it's, yes, thank you, Zovinar, for coming up with the word. So Zovinar has supplied the Armenian translation, yeah, so somewhere in between the rain and the snow, yeah. Okay, let's go on. And vocabulary. So here we have an advertisement for sales. And I want you to decide which words or which expressions, yes, Angin, Isaac is standard, which expressions from the advertisement mean the match with the sentences which we have here. For example, a good offer is the same as a great deal, Here we have, in the second sentence, we have the buyer pays only a small amount of money at the beginning. Which of these do you think can be matched with this sentence? Good job, Vartuhi. Low deposit, low deposit. So, for example, when you buy something and it is very expensive, Albert, for example, Albert wants to buy a Ferrari, but he cannot afford to pay for it right away. And he pays only a small amount of money at the beginning. That's a low deposit. So pay attention to the pronunciation of the word. When you use this word, when you use deposit as a noun, it's deposit. Can you repeat after me? Deposit. But if you use it as a verb, the stress changes. So it's the same word, but the pronunciation is different. Deposit. Deposit. Okay? How about number 3? Naira Evoyan, what do you think? So it says the buyer pays some money every 4 weeks for a year. Which of these words or expressions in the advertisement can be matched with this sentence? Naira Evoyan. So the buyer pays some money every 4 weeks for a year. Yes, pay 100 now followed by 12 monthly payments. Good job. And how about number 4? Karine Martirosyan, what do you think? There is no cost for transferring goods to the buyer, which basically means free delivery. Yes, free delivery. What is delivery? Any ideas? Delivery. Yes. What's the verb for delivery? Delivery is the noun, and the verb is, yeah, not in Armenian, in English. The verb is deliver, deliver. And what kinds of thing can we deliver? So any ideas what we can deliver? Food, okay. Like a pizza, for instance, goods, right? Baby, thank you, Naira. Good job. So that's actually the answer I was waiting for. That's interesting, but apart from delivering goods and apart from delivering food, we can also deliver a baby or a child and the news. Deliver the news. So, for example, you've got some, pieces of news, you deliver them. And you can also deliver a baby. And the last one, it doesn't cost extra to pay over 12 months. That means that you are pregnant, Gayane, you're expecting a baby, and then you deliver a child. Deliver a baby. It's interesting. In Armenia, we say unenal, but in English, we say arakel in that meaning, yeah? And the last one? Mariam thinks it's interest-free credit. What does interest mean here? Interest, what does that mean? Can you tell me a synonym to that? Synonym in English? Yeah, percent. Yeah, percent. Pay attention. Okay, pay attention to the spelling. So, can you tell me how you would say dar in English? 100 years. 100 years, how would you call them? Century. Thank you, Hermine. So in century, the first letters, cent, come from French, and they mean 100. Percent means by 100%. So that's why you have to spell it with a C, not with an S. Okay? Now, do you have any questions about the words which we have here? Low deposit, interest-free, free delivery, great deals. How would you say great deals in Armenian? When would you say, wow, it's a great deal? Yes. So when you say interest-free Sada, it means aranz tokosi. That means that you are not going to pay any extra money. Yeah, Bartoli, good job. Yeah. Have you ever had a great deal which you would like to share with us? That's the name of the company. Not necessarily you, anyone. If you've ever had a great deal, and if you'd like to share it with us, you're welcome to do that. What means or what does Elise mean? Okay. Okay, no great deals yet, but everything belongs to your future. So I'm sure you will be having very nice deals very, very soon. These are the answers, which we have already discussed. And here we have some, oh, okay, so that was a very nice deal, Ripsima. Yeah, 90% off. Black Friday. Was that in Armenia or in the US? US, right. Okay. So here we have some sentences, and I want you to decide if a buyer or a seller says these sentences, okay? So I'll give you 1 minute for this to decide who says these sentences, and then we'll have 2 people online to read out these sentences. Really? Oh my God, Angin. So sorry to hear that. Okay, so can we possibly have Mariam Markarian online? And I have already unmuted. Oh my God, Mariam. Okay, I have muted her because we couldn't hear anything. Let's have. The sun can't be shining in Vanadzor because it's already dark. Let's have Naira Nahapetian.
Yes.
And let's have Nura. Let's not have Nura. Nurajan, sorry, the connection might not be very good. Let's have Lilith Simonian. Lilith?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So Lilith, would you please read the sentences that a buyer says? And Naira, would you please read all the sentences that a seller says? So Lilith, you start.
Okay. I would like to place an order.
What does that mean? Place an order?
Վարձով տարածքվերցնել, հա?
No, place an order, it's պատվեր տալ.
Okay.
Որ մի բան պատվիրել.
Do you give a guarantee?
Do you give a guarantee? What is a guarantee?
Դուք հայերեն մոռացել եմ այդ ֆորմը գարանտիա տալիս եք ապրանքի համար?
Right.
I would like to I would like to compare prices. Կցանկանայի համեմատել գները. Are the goods in stock?
Yeah, and what does that mean? Are the goods in stock? What does stock mean? Thank you very much, Diana. So stock means bahest, yeah? So for example, if you're interested in buying something, but you want to know whether they have that, you say, is it in stock? Bahest.
Okay, and the last one, can I make monthly payments? Կարող եմ ամսական վճարումներ կատարել?
Yeah, which basically means if you buy something and you do not pay the full amount of money for that, you might make monthly payments. Now, can you read this sentence as a question, Lilith? Can I make
monthly payments?
Good, right. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Myra, are you ready?
Yes. And it is not difficult to find the last two.
Yeah.
The seller will say, "Can you pay yes. Can you pay a deposit?" It means like maybe.
For example, you don't have the full amount of money and the seller wants to know if you can leave some money as a deposit.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Okay. And the seventh one, we always deliver on time. It means that
what does that mean?
The product or the good will be in their house in time.
Okay, good job, right. Which is your favorite word today, Naira? Which of these words do you like more?
It is difficult to say, but it was new for me, stock as a pahes. Yes, it is anything new for me. Can I understand it like when there is salary, you have so many things, you will have a discount for that or not? Stock?
No. So salary is something else. Salary is something very pleasant. Salary is ashkatavar, so it doesn't have anything anything to do with it, right? So to be in stock basically can be translated as pahestum binen. Like for example, you want to buy 10 chairs for your office. So you go to the shop and they say, you see, we've got only 6 chairs and there are no chairs in stock, which basically means that they cannot sell you 12 chairs. Does that make sense?
Okay. I confused the words salary and sale.
Yeah, sale is something else. Yeah, sale is... Is that your kid?
Sorry?
Is that your kid speaking?
Yes, sorry. I didn't catch the last sentence.
How old is he or she?
This is my third one. He will be 6 on August, and we should go to school. So
poor guy.
He would like to have money.
Okay, right. Okay, so I won't delay you any longer. I'll just unmute you. Thank you, Naira. You've been most helpful.
Thank you.
Okay, right. So any questions about the words? So how would you say patvidel? Can you write? Satani, can you write in chat box? Patvidel? Make an order or place an order. Thank you. Naira Evoyan, for example, you have bought a TV set and you want to know what will happen if something goes wrong or if it breaks down. So what do you need? What do you need? You need a guarantee. Okay, thank you. Naira is probably busy. Nazani Asativian, how do you say pahestum? Thank you. Pahestum. In stock. Thank you, Nazani. Zovinar, if you want to buy a smartphone but you don't have enough money, what do you pay first? You pay some amount of money at the beginning. So what is that? Zovinar. Yeah, does not necessarily have to be low though. Yeah, go ahead. So deposit, good. Pay attention to the spelling, Zovinar. Arpina's spelling is good. And Arpine, for example, you go to the shop and you buy an iPhone for $100. What is that? One of the recent, yeah, that's a great deal. Okay, that's a great deal. Thank you. Any questions? Yeah, an expensive purchase indeed. Cash means that you don't pay Arpine by credit card, but you pay in cash. You've got the money and you pay in cash. Okay, right. Credit. You can make monthly payments by your credit card. That means that you have to go to the bank, or you can make them in cash. Let's go one. And I'd like you to listen to a conversation between a buyer and a seller. As you listen, try to underline or try to decide what the correct answer is. So you have two options here, and it's not very hard to decide. Just go through the questions first. Do you have any questions about these questions? Any words that you think need clarification? Okay. Then let me share the link with you. 2 minutes for this, and don't share your answers in the chat box, please. I'll unmute myself. Okay, so I can see you're ready. Susie Panchoyan, can you please write in the chat box the answer to the first question? Which model does Carl want? Only Susie writes, okay? Hasmik, you are impatient. TX7, okay. Georgi Agajanyan, what is the answer to the second question? How long is the guarantee? 3 years or 2 years? Thank you, Georgi. Good job. Georgi, can you also answer the third question? How much deposit is needed? Thank you, Georgi. Good job. Gohar Tonoyan, can you write down the answers to the last two questions? Questions 4 and 5. Gohar Tonoyan. And the last one, Gohar. It's either yes or no. Yeah, that's number 4, Gohar. And number 5, unit means miabor. Over 50 units, more than 50 units. Okay, good. Let's check the answers. Pronounce. How does he pronounce that? I will check and let you know. Do you have any questions about the answers? Have you got the answers right? No? Arpine, any questions? Oh, okay, right. Good. Let's go on with reading. And before we read, I'd like you to think about these questions. What global fashion companies do you know? Do you know what fashion is, guys? Fashion. Okay. And can you make an adjective out of fashion? So fashion is the noun. Seda, can you make an adjective out of fashion? Fashionable. Okay, right, yeah. Can you tell me a synonym to fashionable? That's a word that Trixie may use. Starts with T. And the second letter is R. Thank you, Seda. Trendy. Yeah, trendy. So what global fashion companies do you know? Which are the most successful in your country? Probably there are some fashion companies that are located in your country and are very successful. Yeah. And what do you know about Uniqlo? That's a global fashion retailer that comes from Japan. So 3 questions. What kinds of global fashion companies do you know? What are the most successful ones? And do you have any information about Uniqlo, the global fashion retailer? Retailer, that's a very good question, Ghana. Who can answer Ghana's question? No, it's Manratah, yeah? Manratah Vajaro. Can you tell me an antonym to retail? Antonym is wholesale. So we have retailer, that's Manratah Vajaro, and we have wholesaler. What do you think it is? Yes, thank you, Helena. Yeah. Okay, Nazani, do you think you can switch on your microphone or you don't have a microphone? Nazani Asatirian? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Albert, how about you? Do you want to come online? Do you have a microphone that you can switch on? Albert Simonian? Okay, how about you, Georgi? We want men to be active. Georgi? Okay. Yeah. Let's see who we have here. Vartitesh, you haven't come online today. Would you like to come online?
Yes, hello.
Hello, Vartitesh. Good to hear your voice.
How are you?
We're doing
Thank
fine.
you very much. Me too, I'm fine. I'm just doing fine. How are you in your horrible weather?
I think the rain has stopped. Right now, I can't hear anything. So fingers crossed for a better weather.
It was raining awfully today in the morning, but now it's a bit shiny.
Now the sun is shining. It's interesting because I just can't understand how at this time of the day you can have the sun in your area.
Yes, it's a bit warm and the weather is fine at this moment. I don't know in the evening, in late evening or at night how it would be, but now it's fine.
Great, good to hear that. I'm happy for you. So Vartiter, what do you think about the questions we have on the slide?
What global fashion companies do I know? In Armenia, global fashion companies as
not necessarily in Armenia. Sorry,
have written maybe Dolce and Gabbana or some sports companies, Adidas, Nike.
Okay.
Also, which are most successful in our country.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sports companies like Nike and Adidas are very successful in our country and also very fashionable. And I also like sports clothes to wear. But I don't know anything about Uniqlo.
Sorry to interrupt you, Vartiter. Why do you think that sports companies are successful?
I don't hear you.
Why do you think?
I don't know. Maybe I like sports wearing very much. Because of this, I think so.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I don't know anything about Uniqlo or what kind of fashionable company it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about it. I have never heard about this company.
Yeah, I want to be honest with you. Before this lesson, I hadn't heard about it either. So it's a company that is located in Japan. Oh, Ripsime is very well informed about that.
Please repeat, yeah? Because your voice is echoing and also cutting, and I can't understand everything you speak.
Okay, sorry, Vartiter. I was just saying that I want to be honest with you. And before this lesson, I hadn't had any idea about Uniqlo. But I can see that Ripsime purchased her backpack in Uniqlo, so she must be well informed about Uniqlo.
Gucci, Rose, and also Chanel.
Okay, thank you very much, Vartiter.
Thank you too, but I'm sorry because I didn't know anything about this company and I couldn't speak about it very much.
No problem.
Sorry.
No problem. That's okay. No problem.
I'll search online what it's about, what kind of fashionable company it is. At night,
sorry, Vartiter, I unmuted you. Did you want to add anything else?
No. I'll speak later about another topic, yeah?
Okay. Thank you so much. Ripsime, you said you had purchased your backpack in Uniqlo. Do you want to come online and tell us what kind of company it is? Ripsime?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's an online store, and they have stores not online too, physical stores like around the world. I personally purchased one in the US. I guess they don't have shipping at that time. They didn't have shipping to Armenia, so I had to purchase on my US address, and then Clubbing delivered it to me.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of company you said it was? Where is it located? I didn't catch that part.
I know that they have stores around the world, not only in Japan, and it's not only an online store, they have physical stores too.
Okay, thank you so much. And do they sell anything or just sportswear?
No, everything. They sell dresses, skirts, everything. Men's, women's, and women's. And so
for men and women, right?
Yes, for men and women and the children.
So Naira has probably done some research and she has provided us with some information about Uniqlo, saying that it opened its very first store in Hiroshima, Western Japan. And then it had very rapid growth by opening many roadside stores in the suburbs. Thank you for doing that for us, Naira. And now we will be reading a text on Uniqlo. But before that, I want you to match these words, which we have in the text, with their definitions. So we have expansion, strategy, relaunch, flagship store, hire, and collection. Shall I give you 1 minute to complete this? 1 minute for this. Okay, so thank you for not sharing your answers online. Let's see who we can have. So Naira Evoyan, can you please tell us the definition for expansion? Naira Evoyan. Thank you very much, Naira. So when something gets bigger in size, so expansion, for example, we can have expansion of communities, or we can have expansion of territory, expansion of shops. Good job. Noura, can you tell us the answer to number 2, strategy? Yeah, but here expansion is not used for that meaning, Naira. Expansion means onlinum in this text. Okay, so Noura and Bartiter probably are the same person today, and we have strategy, which is a detailed plan for achieving something. Okay, thank you. Susie Hanchoyan, I'm still waiting for you to answer. So can you please tell us the answer to number 3? So what should we match relaunch with, Susie? Relaunch is, thank you, Susie, introduce something new again. So remember the word launch? I think we talked about that, like you can launch a new product or you can launch a new project, make nugget, yes, said. So relaunch means to do that again, introduce something new again. Flagship store, Satani Gevorkyan, what is that? Flagship store. Good job. So company's main store, which is very big and which is located in an important shopping area. Hire, Arpine, what is that? Hire, Arpine Hovakimian. Yeah, employ someone to do a job. And Arpine, can you tell us the antonym to hire? What's the antonym to hire? Diane, can you help her? So hire, and what's the antonym? Fire. Good job, Prixime. Fire. Not to retire, because Hermina, you retire when you are, not when you, but people retire when they're old, and that's why they stop working, because of their age, because of some illnesses they might have. But fire means that you tell your worker, you are not working here anymore. You are fired. Okay? And collection, Naira Nahapetian, what does it go with? Fire, Azadel, Ashkatankit, Heratsnel, Alpine, hire, Ashkatanki, Vertsnel. Collection, Naira? Yeah, clothes produced by a designer for the season. For example, we can have summer collection, we can have spring collection, and so on. Do you have any questions about any of the words or expressions here? These are the answers. And here we've got the text and we've got the questions. I want you to go through the text And I want you to decide if the questions, the statements that follow it, are true or false. Okay, sorry to hear that, Naira, if you're not happy. Yeah. So, it's raining heavily, then that's what you would say. It's raining heavily. Let me write it down for you. I can't make the rain bigger, but I can make the text bigger. I hope so, please. So let me see. I'll give you 3 minutes. I know. I'll give you 3 minutes to go through the text and to decide if the statements are true or false. Please don't write your answers in the chat box, okay? So 3 Okay, can we start discussing? What do you think? Satani, good to see that you've got a microphone. Good job. Satani? Is that you? I can hear some sound in the background. Okay, good. So, Susie, can you tell us what you think about the first statement? Is it true or false? Just write down a T or an F. Thank you. Good job. Yeah, I know, Narina, you're too late. Yeah, you've almost missed the lesson because we have only 16 minutes left. Yeah. Sada, what do you think about the second statement? Is it true or false? Sada Grigorian. It says Uniqlo had a lot of success when it entered the UK market in 2001. Does that say so? Because in the text, pay attention to this part. It says it started with stores in the UK and it didn't work. So do you think it's true or do you think it's false, Sada? So it started with several stores, but it didn't work. Good job, Susie. It's false. Yeah, because it says it didn't work. How about the third one, Arpine? Yanni's new global strategy was to open big stores in important cities. I want Arpinet to answer. True. Good job. And what do you think about number 4, Angin? At the end of 2008, Uniqlo had 92 international stores. Number 4. True again. Thank you. And number 5, Yanni hired Jill Sander to design all Uniqlo's clothes. Vartiter, what do you think? All Uniqlo's clothes. Do we have that in the text? It's false because it was just a collection, not all of them. Mariam has written that. Good job. And Georgi, if you're online. No. Gayane, can you tell us the answer to the last one? Gayane Voskania. Uniqlo opened 64 stores in Asia between 2017-2010. That's true or false? Let's find in the text. The number increased to 64. Yeah. So we have from 54 to 92. So that's false. Here are the answers. No, it's not true, Angin, because it opened 38 stores, increasing the total to 64. Have a look at the text again. It says here. The number increased to 64. It says in 2007, the company had 26 stores across Asia. The number increased to 64 at the end of 2010, including a flagship store in Shanghai. So that's not true. 2001, then. Or 2001, both are possible, yeah. Flagship store, Karine. Can anyone explain to Karine what a flagship store is? Main store, yeah, a main store. Okay. Thank you. Just a few questions about the words we have in the text, just going back to the text. So how would you say, Hermine, how would you say Manrazak business? Just say it. Hermine? Manrazak?
I don't remember, Lily John.
Okay, no problem. Gohar, Mosisyan, Manrazak? Retail, okay. Can you tell me the antonym to retail? Wholesale. Good job, Angin. Right, okay. Gohar Safarian, can you tell us how you would say Gulkhabur Shuka? That's in the text again. Gulkhabur Shuka, Himnakan Shuka. Yeah, but it's not the main market. In the text, we have something else. Can you find it? That's key market. Key market. Let's write it down. Key market in Naganshuka. Okay. So what kind of preposition do we have? Like, for example, key market for something. Key market for something. How would you say, Naira Evoyan, how would you say Shahuit? Shahuit? Can you write it in the chat box? And it's again from the text. Profit, good job, right. And Vartiter, what's the difference between profit and income? Who can tell Vartiter the difference between profit and income? Asmik, can you tell, because I remember you mentioned studying economics, if I'm not mistaken. Asmik?
No. No.
Hello? Can you tell us the difference between profit and income?
No, I don't know.
Okay. So Mariam has got that. So profit is something which business people receive, and income is something that we get by working. So for example, if you go to work every day, but you don't do any business, you receive your salary, and your salary is your income. Okay, that's yekamut. But for example, if you do business, you not only receive your salary, but you also receive some profit. That is to say, the rest of the money that you get after you have paid all the taxes. Okay, that's your profit. Yeah. So if you're a business person or if you are a company, you are more likely to make profits. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so Shahuit and Yekamut, right. And one more word I'd like you to know is when you wear jeans and when you wear, for instance, t-shirts, what kinds of clothes are these? Jeans, t-shirt. Mm-hmm. Casual. Thank you, Hasmi. Casual. Right. Okay. Can you tell me the antonym to casual style? So casual. What's the antonym? Smart. Yeah. So you should be smartly dressed. Okay. Smart suit, for instance. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite style? Do you like wearing casual clothes? Narine Piloyan, do you like wearing casual clothes? You do? Okay. Gayane likes wearing smart clothes. Okay. Any other words which we might have missed? Which you might have paid attention to? How do you call the main shop? For example, the shop which is very big and which is usually located in the center of the city, flagship store. Okay. Good. Not flag shop, but flagship store. Two separate words. Okay. Good. Let's move on. And our final discussion is about successful business and what makes a business successful. Here we have some factors which I'd like you to talk about. It's ability to learn from mistakes, hard work, luck, money, personal contacts, and having clear strategy and plan. So which of these points do you think is the most important one? And which of these do you think is the least important one? And why? I want someone to come online to talk about this. Let's see who we have. Mariam, you don't want to come online? You haven't got a microphone today, have you? Gayane, would you like to come online? Gayane Boskanyan? I have already unmuted you. Gayane? Gayane is making coffee in the kitchen. Okay, she's not here with us. Let's see if Arpine can make it. Arpine? Arpine? Today people don't love me. They don't want to be online. Okay, Gohar, how about you? Gohar?
Yes, Lilichan, I feel
Hallelujah. So finally I can hear a voice. Yeah. So Goharjan, what do you think? What makes a business successful? And which of these points is the most important one? And which of these is the least important one? You're welcome to talk about this.
Okay. I think that all of these points are important to succeed in business. But in my opinion, first of all, we need the wish and some specialists say that now to succeed in business, the money is not important. I think so. We should have some money and do this money much, but we don't need more money to succeed in business, because I think, and some people think, that succeed in business or in other field is 90% of perspiration, and the 10% is inspiration.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell everyone what you mean by perspiration?
By perspiration, I mean hard work.
Mm-hmm. Good. So you mean this one. And what do you mean by inspiration?
Inspiration, when something or someone inspires you to do something, not afraid of doing mistakes or not achieving something, because we should have ability to learn from our mistakes, from our failings.
From our failures.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And now is more important personal contacts. Some people call networking, because our century is more developed, and we need some personal contacts. It takes our work more effective, more easy, and to how we can say, Khanayel?
Save. Like you write it. Save.
Also, it gives us some time.
Yeah, so we save time. We save time.
Save time, because time is more important thing now.
The most important thing, is that what you mean?
Yes, the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And having clear strategy and plan is important too, but we should pay attention to the luck too, because it's important.
Yeah, how do you read this word? I'm sorry, I couldn't catch that. The one? No, yeah, this one, the last one. Having clear
strategy.
Mm-hmm. Nice, right.
Because
so,
we can work hardly, but not succeed. But someone can work not hardly, but succeed. I think it's called luck.
Yeah, unfortunately, luck is very important in business and in real life as well. So we don't know what it depends on. You can be lucky and that's it, or you cannot have luck, and yeah, life turns out to be
important in general, not only in business.
Yeah, everywhere, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Gohar. Such insightful ideas. Just a quick question. What do you mean when you say work hardly? I couldn't catch that. Probably work hard. Is that what?
Work hard?
Work hard, yeah, because hardly means hazi. Yeah, but I think in business, you have to work hard. You don't have to work hardly.
After work, we use adjective.
After work, we use an adverb, but the most important, interesting thing is that hard is both an adverb and an adjective. Like, for example, you can say a hard task, and you can say, for example, yes, my brother works hard. Because hardly, yeah, that's the same form, Nura. Because hardly with ly, it means hazi. I can hardly walk. I'm so tired, I can hardly talk. So that's a different thing.
Litan, how about hardly ever?
Hardly ever is hazi, hazaritmek. For example, hazaritmek yem khamun. I hardly ever drink whiskey. Hardworking means diligence. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
My pleasure. And one more question. What do we do with mistakes? Do we do them or do we make them? That's your question. Go ahead. Do we do mistakes or do we make mistakes?
I think make mistakes.
We make mistakes because remember what I said? When we make something, it means that it didn't exist before and you have just made it. You have just created it. So the mistakes you make are your own mistakes. They exist before, right? So these are your own mistakes, belong to you, so you make them, okay? Can we say the money or do we say money?
Money.
Money, because although money is not an abstract noun, it is conceived, it is perceived to be abstract. So we never use, just in general context, we don't use that with a definite article. So money is important without any the, okay?
Okay.
Any other questions and comments on what Gohar said? Do you agree that luck and personal contacts are important in business? And if you have any questions related to that, please write in the chat box and Gohar will answer them. Ripsime agrees with you. Goharjan, can you remind us where you're from? Armavir?
No, I'm from Vanadzor.
Vanadzor, right. Ah, where the sun is always shining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only
Is
in
it?
the evenings.
Sorry?
Only in the evenings.
Ah, only in the evening. So is it still shining?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you so much for being with us. So you've made our lesson with the sunshine and with your interesting comments on business. And our time is up today. And I'd like to wish you a very nice evening. If you have any questions, do ask me your questions. If you don't, see some of you on Saturday for the webinar. Don't forget to complete your homework in the Moodle. Don't forget to go to the assignment boxes and submit your assignment. That's letter writing. You're supposed to write a letter to your teacher. Don't forget, because so far we have received only 4 or 5 submissions. Okay? Yeah, homework is the homework that was assigned on Saturday. You have to complete your work in the Moodle, Lilith. And there is an assignment. There is a deadline for assignment, but if you're late, that's okay. It's better to submit it than not to submit it. It's better to be late than not submit your assignment. That's a question not for me, for Gohar. So probably you can get in touch with her and you can find out how you can get the books. Yes, and one factor conditions the other. Yeah, conditions the other. Condition. Any other questions? I have already had a look at it, and I have already provided you with feedback, Hermine. No? Are you sure? When did you upload it? Okay, I'll have a look at it and I'll message you. Okay. I have provided everyone with feedback. No, there is no co-op center in Vanadzor, but probably if you have some people coming to Yerevan, Albert, you can ask them to drop into the office and take the books. Which letter, Angin? The recent one? I think I have checked it, and I think I have provided you with feedback. I have checked all the assignments I received in the Moodle. Any other questions? Okay, very quickly, just let's go through the words. Once again, Sukhalanel, Satenik, how would you say that? Make a mistake, okay. How do you call jeans and tops What kinds of clothes are they? Casual, right. Գնումներ անել. Just write in the chat box. Good. Հաշվի առնել. Անգին հաշվի առնել, you asked it. Take into account, another expression is to take into consideration, Gohar. To take into consideration. Մանրածախ առևտուր. Manager, you're back. We wanted to talk to you. Retailer, okay. Մեծածախ. Wholesale. Okay, thank you so much. See some of you on Saturday, and I hope you have a nice week ahead. Goodbye.